Hello, everyone. My name is Natalie Ledwell, and this is The Inspiration Show. Today on the show, my special guest has written a book called Self-Aid, and this is really about how to look after ourselves and move through our life in a much more empowered way. So please welcome author Helen Woo to the show. How are you, Helen?
I'm good. Thank you for having me here, Natalie.
It's a pleasure to be talking to you and to meet you. I love the work that you do, and I know that the book that you have actually covers a whole load of stories as well as some practical information that people can apply to really help for them to look after themselves in a way that really can make a difference in their lives. So before we get into all the amazing stuff that's in the book, why don't we start, first of all, with your story and your background and how you got into doing what you do?
Well, I think that I didn't know I can go do that many challenges early on in my life, but as of now, I've been through abuse, addiction, betrayal, self-esteem issues, depression, you name it, I pretty much have been through something. And the biggest one was, well, not the biggest, but one of the last final straws was my best friend taking everything from me, wiping me clean financially, and me hitting rock bottom as a single mother with an infant child. And so that was a very hard one, but you know what? Through the years, I learned slowly. That's why I created Self-Aid. That's why I use Self-Aid. These are my tools to get myself out of all my challenges today and every day forward.
Right. Wow. So I can only just imagine. I mean, a lot of us have a dark night of the soul. We have a moment in our life that we just go, okay, enough is enough. So, I mean, I can only just imagine as a single mother and having everything cleaned out and it's at your lowest point. What were you thinking at the time? Like, what got you to that point where it's like, okay, you know, how do I get myself out of this and how do I move forward in a really more empowered way?
Wow. I just, I have gone through those moments where I said, why me? I've gone through many moments saying, why me? I think all of us have done that. But the more challenges I won and challenged myself to, basically beat the challenge, I realized that I was in that challenge for a reason. It only got me better. It only got me wiser, and it got me much smarter to survive the next challenge. And so by the time that challenge came, my best friend, and she betrayed me so badly, my heart was completely broken in a million pieces. Plus, not to mention my bank account, but and foreclosing every home and filing for bankruptcy. But that hurt. The way I viewed her as my best friend, my sister, was just, that was heart-wrenching for me. What got me through it, what gets me through it every day, and is just, you know what? I believe in me and I have faith. And I just, through all these challenges, I just get better and stronger.
Yeah. And I think that's the thing. I mean, we look at them as challenges and as long as we can see the lesson, and like you said, every time we face a challenge, it's like it expands us more as a human being, where we're better equipped to handle life. And as long as we learn the lesson or accept the lesson that was in that, I think that really helps us to propel us forward to through life in a much better way. So tell me about Self-Aid. I know that's an acronym for a process that you have that really helps people to look after themselves. So tell us a little bit about that.
Well, Self-Aid, Inspirations to Turn Struggles into Success is, this is actually not a story-based book. My second one, the next one coming out in a few months is. This one is based on inspirations and affirmations, things that I say to myself that really get me through my everyday, get me through my challenges, and I hope that it can inspire someone because I'm all about inspiration. Your show is called The Inspiration Show. I'm all about finding an inspiration when I'm down, when I'm suffering, when I'm going through a challenge. And so Self-Aid is an acronym. I'll make it as quick as I can. S stands for Self-Aid, the title, meaning helping myself, knowing that I'm not perfect, acknowledging that I can improve. So I'm always working on myself. E in Self-Aid stands for esteem, having self-esteem, having confidence in myself, and having esteem for others, valuing and admiring other people so I can learn from them so I can get better. L we have 2 chapters. It stands for love and laughter, and those 2 things I take everywhere I go with me. Love and laughter are so important in life. F is a very big one that people may have more years of struggles ahead or trying to heal themselves and trying to work on themselves. F stands for freedom. And I had many years of trying to free myself of the baggage of getting rid of grudges and resentment and anger and all the negative emotions in my body, my heart. That one's a hard one because I had to learn to forgive myself and forgive others. That one, but once you let go, wow, freedom is what you feel, and you can move on to do anything. I'm like, I can accomplish anything now. The A in self-aid stands for attitude, and that is always having a positive attitude and learning how to, when I have a bad thought, throwing the bad thought out and replacing it with a positive thought. And then I stands for integrity, the most attractive characteristic I find in a human being, in myself, in my friends, in my romantic interests, in my business associates, in my child. Integrity is important. Rich or poor, high or low, I think that I take my integrity everywhere I go. I don't stray. I say what I say. I do what I say, and I mean every word. So my actions follow my words. D stands for dream, and this means not just saying to you today, hey, I have a dream. I hope that I could do this, this, and this one day. I'm actually telling you now that I have my passion. I found my life purpose, and I'm living my dream. And this is self-aid. And then the very end, I have a bonus chapter that's very important. It's called gratitude, and it's giving thanks every day. Even when I thought I had nothing, or even when I thought I hit rock bottom, I had something, and I was grateful for it.
Yeah,
so that's what got me through.
You know, there's a couple of those subjects that I want to go a little bit deeper on, and the first one is forgiveness. So when you go through the forgiveness, you're talking about forgiving yourself and then forgiving others. You know, how do you go through that process? How when someone has taken everything you have, can you get to a place of forgiveness for them?
You know, I've found it through slowly but surely, a step-by-step process. It wasn't overnight how I learned to forgive, but once I started forgiving myself, blaming myself for the past, blaming myself for things that happened to me, blaming myself for repeating the same mistake again and again. Once I let go of that, slowly but surely, how do you do it? Let me say first and foremost is I love myself more. I love myself more, and I know things happen. I am human. I have to let it go as long as I know that I recognize it was a mistake, as long as I know that I'm trying to never repeat that again, that I have to forgive myself to move on. And I do the same with other people now. And so I don't have hard feelings. I used to. 20 years ago, somebody hurt me. I hope they can get back what they deserve. You know, that attitude completely thrown out the window. Now it's like I send them love. I hope that they can be better. I hope that they can change for the better like I have for myself.
Right, okay. Now the other thing that I want to touch on is integrity. I mean, obviously, in that situation, your friend didn't show a lot of integrity. So how can we, when you're holding yourself in integrity and then other people, how do we recognize this, and what happens if we recognize in someone that their integrity is probably not as high as we expect that our standard would be?
Well, the main thing about integrity is that we can put it out there. I put it out there with all my friends, my family, my child, that telling the truth and being true to ourselves is very important. Now, if they can't follow right away, and if it's a harder task for them, that's okay, but as long as we try, every day we try. Some people are born with the gift of integrity, some people have to try harder. And as long as they are trying, I completely am accepting. I'm accepting of everyone. However, the people who are out to harm, I have, through the years, let go of certain people that I had no choice but to let go, because I know that when I was around them, I was like them. And we kind of like sit in or like to be around the same circle. So I love like-minded people. I do really good things for other people and hope that they can, you know, be good as well and do greatness for themselves and for others. But if they're in a place of not wanting to grow yet, that is their path. You know, I cannot force their path to go any quicker than it does, because I've been there. Trust me, I've been a rebellious little number. I have been a troubled one, and I have, you know, gone into a lot of trouble because I wasn't growing yet. And the moment I said I wanted to grow is the moment I did. And integrity is huge for me today. It's everything. I live by that.
Yeah. No, I agree. I mean, everyone's on their own path, learning their own lessons in their own time. You know, and it's, you know, yes, we can influence other people through being the example that we are, but we can't judge where they are on their journey, because that just is what it is. Yeah,
exactly.
I totally agree with you on that. So, so you've been through many different challenges in your life. What do you think is one of the biggest lessons that made an impact on your life that you learned from these challenges?
is it a lesson or is it an inspiration? Because I think everything was a lesson. I think
Yeah.
everything I went through was a lesson. But one of my biggest inspirations was through my depression. I found, and this is a lesson altogether, because I found that laughter is something so big in my life that I need it, and if I lose that, I'm not a happy girl. So I found Ellen DeGeneres, an hour of her a day, that brought me completely, like, seeing a glow in my eyes and smiling again and laughing again, but just that 1 hour a day. And I realized, oh my goodness, if I could do it 1 hour a day, I've got to incorporate something that makes me smile and laugh throughout the rest of the day. And so that was a big lesson. Remembering that laughter is so important to my everyday. I was so down and tears every day, 7 days a week, and it was a dark, dark time for me. So what's the lesson in there? Finding an inspiration called laughter. That was very important to me.
That's so awesome. So I'm assuming that within the book you have specific, like, step-by-step principles or instructions that people can apply.
Well, it goes by the acronym, but this is really this is based on the first book, Self-Aid: Inspirations to Turn Struggles into Success, is based on quotes and inspirations that I really looked up to. These are beautiful people, past and present. That there's Gandhi, Ellen DeGeneres, there's Oprah, there's Martin Luther King Jr., there's Maya Angelou. There's so many beautiful people in here. Buddha's in here. Their words, okay, inspired me throughout my times. And then what I took from it becomes my wooism. I put a wooism right underneath their quote. That are my thoughts and actions on how I took their words and how I put it into my life. And
Right.
so I hope that I can inspire someone else by just letting them know this is a very simple read. These are like affirmations you could do in the mirror. These are affirmations you could do while driving. And I've been told that people who have read this book, they don't put it back on the bookshelf. They actually put it in their purse or on their bedside because they want to read a page or two daily to make them smile. So it's important to me. I'm so grateful that this has happened.
That's so wonderful. So tell me about the new book. What's coming out soon?
That one is called Self-Aid Success Stories. The same name as my previous radio show. This one is about successful entrepreneurs and successful public figures who have gone through their challenges too. I want the world to know that no matter how successful they have gone through troubles and hard times and big challenges just like we have. And so every single human being should know that we can conquer, we can accomplish our goals, and we can succumb to these big challenges, these big battles that come our way. I want everyone to know that we can fight it. We can do it one step at a time. And that's why self-aid is about one step at a time, one person at a time, one little action at a time. So it's not about, hey, let's do it overnight, because it doesn't work that way.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the thing. I mean, it doesn't matter who we are, where we are in life. We all have the same fears, we have the same doubts, and we have the same challenges. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, life is not one easy straight line, and we all have gone through something to get to where we are. And I love the fact that you're sharing those stories so people really can identify themselves in those other stories and go, well, you know, if Richard Branson or if, you know, Obama or someone was able to go through these challenges and still rise to the top of their field, then maybe we can do the same. That's so
Yes. Natalie, I have to tell you, I love that the love character, the Chinese character,
Yes.
I behind you. I love it.
I know. I'm radiating from love when I do these shows.
I feel it.
So Helen, if people want to connect with you and find out more about you or the books that you have, where can we send them to do that?
Well, to get self-aid inspirations to turn struggles into success, you can find this on Amazon today. Amazon.com, just punch in self-aid or Helen Woo, my name, HelenWoo, or look for me and I'll give you a signed copy on my website, thehelenwoo.com, TheHelenWoo.com. And you can find me also on The Helen Woo on Facebook. I still have a lot of room. I love to talk to people personally. I love to encourage, inspire, empower, do whatever it is it takes to help you do you know, a bad day. You know, it's very important to me that someone smiles throughout this process.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I'm grateful. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much for joining me. Now, guys, if you click on the banner to the side if you're watching this online, or the banner underneath if you're watching this on the app, it'll take you straight through to Helen's website from there. So thanks again, Helen. It was an absolute pleasure talking with you today.
Pleasure. It's all mine. Thank you.
Awesome. So guys, I encourage you to share this video. You can do that by clicking the Facebook and the Twitter share buttons on this page. And also leave your email if you haven't done so already, because I would love to send you the Manifesting with the Masters video e-course. It's actually valued at $87, and I would love to send it to you for free. So until next time, remember to live large, choose courageously, and love without limits. We'll see you soon.